This is a global pandemic.
The number of people now infected is surging. Among them, Hollywood actor Tom Hanks.
I just want one pack.
It's the most severe restriction on movement in Italy since World War II.
This morning, case numbers worldwide surpassing 126,000.
Biggest single-day point drop of all time.
And the number of affected countries climbed.
Hare Krishna, I'm coming to you from Radhakunj, Vrindavan. We just finished our Mahasankirtan Yagya that's going on every day with hundreds of devotees. I'm bringing you breaking news. Actually, we've just heard from the Vaishnavas that everyone in the world will die within 7 days. This is breaking news. Actually, this is the only news. You thought coronavirus, COVID-19 was bad. Well, wait till you hear this. That's right, you heard it here first. Everyone in the world will die within 7 days. Srila Gurudev and the Vaishnavas have themselves told us this. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Within those 7 days, everyone will die, all living entities. This is the nature of this world. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "Nasato vidite bhavo na bhavo vidite sata," that what has come into being must pass out of being. What is made of temporary matter must transition to another state of being, and the present state of being must perish or die. But that which is Satchidananda, transcendental, that can never be bound by temporary nature and material reality. So every day in the world, approximately 150,000 people die. Of that, about 100,000 of those is due to old age related reasons. This is kind of important to give us context that every single day in the world, around about 150,000 people die. And now in India, tomorrow there's going to be a curfew where from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. everyone is going to be staying in. And this actually is going to be helpful to stop the spread. We're not saying that we should ignore the coronavirus. We're just saying that panic and completely losing our minds is also going to be even more dangerous, you could say, if we're able to just tolerate a little bit. And during the quarantine, actually, I do think it's a good idea. But if we over panic, then we can just destroy the whole world economy as well. So anyhow, in India, there was 4 deaths the other day. Now there's 5 deaths of 1.4 billion people. So yesterday it was 4 deaths. So we calculated that 1 in 337 million people. 1 in 337 million people have died from the coronavirus in India. And again, at the same time, since it started, every day 150,000 people. In a few days, you're up to 1 million people. So, this is just showing us we're not trying to make light of the situation. We're just trying to emphasize the fact that if one is born in this world, one must also die. And so how to take stock of one's own life and live in the proper manner and take advantage of one's present life. Ultimately, the point of the matter is that we all have our karma to deal with. And to escape that cycle of karma, we have to take up a transcendental method. And that transcendental method is given by our teachers in this path. Therefore, try to identify what is the eternal nature of the self and become present within that and the eternal nature of relation with the self and God. And try to establish yourself in that relationship. That is the personality who really cares for you and you have an eternal relationship with. So actually, we think of time as something that we are constrained by. But if we become into proper focus, realize that time is actually an asset that is a gift because it allows you to focus on what is essential. If you had unlimited time in this present being, then you could waste unlimited amounts of time. But you have a limited amount of time, so that way you can realize and learn to sacrifice unessential things and focus on the real essence, that real essence that can actually make your life perfect. And our Gurudev would say that you should realize human life is a very rare gift. Labdva sudurlabhamidam. There are 8,400,000 species of life. You could be a caterpillar or a roach. or an ant, and you have been in previous lives, but now you're in the human form of life. In the human form of life, you have higher reason and the ability to advance spiritually and achieve spiritual success. So don't waste that opportunity being distracted in material pursuits, just like animals eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Realize, and now this COVID-19 virus, that is a chance for us to realize at any moment we can die. If we get this virus, they say, okay, 1% death chance, 2%. If you're older, 4 or 5%. And people are saying, why are you giving these videos? You're trivializing this catastrophe. But actually we should see, Vaishnava's Prabhupada even says, this is karuna, merciful. Why? Because it's helping us realize that material life is impermanent. Our acharyas sing, kamala dhala jala jivana talamala, that life is hanging in the balance, like a drop of water on the tip of a lotus petal. At any moment, that water droplet can fall off. Vaishnavas also say it is like a glass jar on the edge of a shelf. And if you touch it, it can fall off and shatter. So life is like that. So we should not waste our life. That's what's making it trivial. We're not trivializing the COVID-19 virus. We're saying that don't let your own life become trivial by being concerned with how much toilet paper you have and whether you can get more. Instead, learn the Indian system. You don't even need toilet paper. It's a much more hygienic system, actually. And if you're interested in that, you can comment in the message us in the comment section. We can help teach you the Indian method of sanitization, which is superior to the Western method, which is actually considered degraded. So we've come to give you that message from our spiritual teachers that life is very precious and rare, but you should take advantage of this opportunity in your human form of life, realizing that you'll die within 7 days. Don't waste your time. Prahlad Maharaj told the young boys who wanted to play, said, no, 50% of your life is going to be wasted in sleeping and laziness, sloth. So much of your life is wasted in different kinds of work like a dog or a donkey. And so much of your life is wasted in various recreational activities that have no value to the true self. So don't waste your time. Take advantage of this human form of life and realize that these present so-called calamities are actually good fortune in disguise. Kunti Devi prayed to Lord Krishna, Vipadashanta tasvat tatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yatsyad apunar bhavadarshanam. These calamities that come upon us are actually our good fortune in disguise because they allow us to focus on you, O Krishna. And by meditating upon you, we transcend this material samsara in which we are bound to be born and die and suffer. Even the coronavirus has a birth date and a death date. Actually, in a few days, we're going to bring our astrologer expert on this, who has studied the coronavirus birth chart and how it's going to go through its different stages. And you can see that actually this was all predicted. In December 26th, there was a Surya Grahan, a solar eclipse, which was considered to be one of the worst eclipses in 100 years. But ultimately, what the Vaishnavas teach us is that the Lord always has a plan. And you can always find the silver lining in any kinds of physical situation or material situation. We hear in the Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj was given 7 days to live, and that gave him a chance to really focus on what is the most important thing. And he gave up all his kingdom, he gave up all other kind of distractions and sat down on the bank of the Ganga to do meditation. And then he received spiritual realized knowledge from Sukadev Goswami. So our Gurudev would say that everyone within the world will die within 7 days. So we'll be giving you more news as we go forward in the next days. And in the meantime, stay safe. Hare Krishna.